Hey guys, what's up? So I did a Zoom call today with a bunch of coaches in Israel, and I figured since I made the presentation on infielding and kind of how to coach it, I might as well share with you guys. I talk about, some little drills you can do with kids, and then the importance of footwork and also the importance of the mental side of it and how we can use mental performance triggers and thoughts and concepts to help us with our infielding. And I did this, like I said, I did this with a bunch of coaches in Israel trying to build the game, and women coaches, older men coaches, young coaches that, like, some of them are even still playing, still in their teens. And everybody's just trying to learn. And so when it comes to defense, I've learned a lot. I really find that's kind of like a kind of a place that I just really fit in. I love it. I love helping kids with their footwork because I needed help with my footwork. My footwork sucked and still kind of does today. That's when I make my errors, when my footwork is off and when my feet stay stagnant. I'm a big believer in where we field balls with our feet. I'm a big believer in that. Yes, people have amazing hands too, but I believe footwork is really where our fielding skills are based in. That's their foundation. So if you have any questions or things you're curious about, just go ahead and leave a comment, contact me, and we'll see if maybe we can make future videos or future presentations just like this. But think of the questions that come up along the way and write them down, and also comment those too. So you might have questions right now about infielding, and you may find that you find something curious later on. So write them down, leave a comment, contact me, and I will definitely be reading those comments as much as possible. Please, please, please share this with your friends and have them write their comments, questions, and curiosities as well. So make sure the kids are having fun. Most important part about coaching, we as coaches know that this is cool because actually having them and helping them have fun, we now have fun in return because now we're living in flow with these kids. We feel like we're a kid, and then that's really the secret to life, is just being a kid forever. So make sure the kids are having fun. That's the most important thing. Now, everything is about rhythm and balance. This is my biggest belief, and this is everything. This is life. Like, just one of the things you could live by is if you can keep your life in rhythm and balanced, then you're in. And sometimes balance includes maxing out one way, and then you start to make adjustments and you find what groove is for you. So understand that, like, rhythm and balance doesn't mean that it's like perfectly balanced in the middle. It's like sometimes you have to max out, sometimes you got to go full bore to find out your limits and where you got to be in order to be in balance and on rhythm with your life. But in baseball specifically, because this is for defense, this is infielding of baseball. And like, if we have to find the rhythm of the baseball when it comes to the speed of the ground ball, the speed of the hops, the different hops, the angles. And so we have to start understanding that's part of the rhythm as well. And then we got to be balanced as an athlete. Rhythm and balance is the core foundation of athleticism. So the more we can be like balanced and in rhythm, the more success that we're going to have. Anybody can pretty much agree with that. So I'm big on rhythm and balance. I'm a dancer, and I just love this clip. So if practice looks like this sometimes, so be it. I mean, they're all in rhythm and balance. So I love it. And my favorite move is coming up here, and it takes a lot of balance and rhythm to be able to do this move right here. Pretty good, I have to say. Man, they're having a great time. All right, so we all know the fundamentals are super important, and they're not even just super important. It says right there they are crucial. We all know this. We have all heard this. We do our best to keep the fundamentals, really always in alignment, and we're always trying to get our kids to master them. Do your best to keep them fun. Do your best to keep them fun, because that's huge. That's super important. Establish a 5 to 10 minute routine after throwing to master the fundamentals. So it could be, a month where you do the same kind of routine, the same 5 minute routine after throwing. You have the kids doing it, And we see this all over practices. Now, I'm going to show you different drills that you can kind of make it fun for the kids and just kind of new creative ideas for you to do. So go ahead and do that and be creative. Short hops, quick hands, transfer drills, etc. We've seen this 100 times. Be creative. Be creative and do your best. Maybe just sometimes the kids just come up with some nonsense. But there's just so much stuff on the internet nowadays that you can create from somebody's drill. And also a good coach sees the details and they see the little things within the drills. Like the drills that I'll show you, you've probably seen before, and I probably stole them from the internet, you know, but I own them because I recorded and I put kids through them. So they're actually my videos of just somebody that I copied, but I paid attention to the details, as you see with like the kid's arm, you know, being too up and down, you know, and so you'll see what I'm talking about later, but be creative, please. And so the first one is very easy. Just have the kids sitting there and they're working together, right? They have to kind of understand that they're fielding and they're working on, so kids and pretty much ball players have kind of a challenge transferring the ball. And that's one of my number one questions. So I incorporate into the fundamentals of that. They're working on the transfer too, as you can see in that video. And they learn peripherals, they learn rolling the ball, being a good partner, teammate, being in rhythm with your partner. So they learn all that stuff. Very easy drill for anybody to do. And here's another one for infielders. And you notice his arm is just staying down. He's just going up and down with his legs, right, left on the line, right, left field. So it's right, left field. We want to get these kids used to being able to be so quick at that move that they can just do it in one thing, so they can use their rhythm steps and then they can get into the right, left field. Rhythm steps is a whole nother video that I will put up, but it's rhythm steps help us get on rhythm with the baseball. That's simply what they are. They get you on rhythm with the bat. That's why I call them rhythm steps, like little pitter patter steps, little creeper steps, whatever you want to call them. I just call them rhythm steps because they're used to get in rhythm with the baseball. The next one is just hand-eye coordination, two ball juggle, I call it, making sure that they transfer. Once again, working on the transfer, peripheral, they have to pay attention to two balls. There's a lot going on. And so they're working on so many different things in that drill right there. And it's not just playing catch. It's not, you know, just quick hands. It's like no glove, ball, two balls. Let's catch with this hand, transfer and throw. You can't catch with both hands. You have to catch and transfer. And then this one is just a ladder, same as the line, but on the ladder, that's where I started. But I get the line too because sometimes people just have parking lots. And if all you have is a parking lot, there's a lot of parking lots have the lines that mark off the parking spots. So if you can find a line, you can do an infield drill. A line. All you need is just a line anywhere, okay? And pay attention to the arm. You notice those kids right there, they lifted their arm up every time. In the second video here, they're on the line, arm is staying down, it's not coming up and down. And then this fourth video over here on the ladder, you notice up and down, and we're getting in bad habits of going up and down. So pay attention to that. This is the game changer that I've noticed. Kids have given me feedback, great feedback on this. It's the metronome that we have in our body. It's our toe. As an infielder, we want our toe to hit as the ball's hitting. We rock into that toe. Our toe is our metronome, and just like music, that's what a metronome does. Anybody who knows music, makes music, that's listening to this knows what a metronome is. We have a metronome on our body as infielders, and it's our toe. So here's the drills that we can use in order to get this game changer of a thing into our infielders and take our infielders game to the next level. Toe up, just working on picking up the ball as the toe, so they're rocking a little bit, they're working on the timing of it. And I encourage failure. He dropped it. I'm celebrating. I'm like, yeah, if my kids are not failing, I know I'm not pushing them hard enough. I know that like they're doing something too slow or they're thinking about their block somewhere. So like I would say, look, like it's funny you say, like I just said that if my kids aren't failing, I feel like they're blocked somewhere. And that's kind of a contradiction, really. But when it comes to drills and getting better, we can always push our kids in. A fun way to push the kids, like, you can do faster than that. And it's not really a challenge. Like you can do it better, because that doesn't mean anything. Like that actually could mean so many different things. You just say, I think you go faster than that. And when kids start to go faster, they start to drop the ball and they start to mess up. And so everything, then they understand, oh, okay. And then they start to make the adjustments themselves. So you want to push them to failure and you want to have them grow from it. This is me just rolling in. They're working on the metronome. They're that toe tipping ball glove. Right, so toe's
a little late,
glove,
all right? Toe's a little late. It's okay. Keep making the adjustments.
Toe ball. And you can
nice.
just continuously say that to them, and they can say
toes
that
hitting the ground, balls hitting the glove at the same time.
Toes hitting
Perfect.
Ground,
good job.
The glove, all right, so that's just the rolling version. And then a bit more advanced ones here on the ladder. You can go forehands and backhands. This is advanced. Like I showed you the one with the right left. You can also do forehands and backhands. You see, but you got to get the kids used to it. You got to pay attention that they're not hopping back and forth. These little details make you a good coach. You see the details of where you can bring awareness to things, and the kids begin to work on it. I always ask my kids, hey, are you guys bunny rabbits? No. All right, well then why are you hopping in the drill? Move your feet, shuffle your feet as if you're an infielder. No, you're not hopping around. And then same thing when kids are picking short hops. They like to go up into their chest. And I was like, are you a tractor? And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like you're scooping like dirt, man. Like absorb into your stomach, absorb the ball or go through it and like keep going, keep extending through it instead of scooping it and launching it into your face. And kids launch balls in their face all the time. And then here's one little bit of agility here mixed with picking balls. His arm is a little bit too stiff. If you would just kind of loosen it up and let it just relax. And then everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people watching the video know box drill. This is, I feel, should be done with every infield. Everybody on the infield should be doing this to work on understanding legs and flips, to understand working on even that kid right there rocked into, he uses metronome and he rocked into his flip, understanding balance and like keeping our momentum going to our target instead of falling away. We're going to talk about that right now as far as throwing and finishing with our feet. So there's some more advanced drills. And I personally am still afraid of the baseball at 35 years old. It hurts when you get hit by a baseball. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm not afraid to admit that. So I always tell the kids I'm working with, if you catch the ball, it won't hit you. And I'm constantly telling myself that as well. And that's how I grow and get better, is like I'm constant. Everything that I say to these kids is stuff that I say to myself. And even if it's funny or just passive aggressive or just sarcastic, whatever it really is, like kind of just talking trash, and that's what baseball is about. If you catch the ball, it won't hit you. And it's true. It's true. That's facts right there. That's facts. You can't argue with facts. So here's throwing, because throwing is part of defense as well. On the left, this first video is kind of a mental drill that you can do with pitchers or fielders. And it's just very simple. It's working on getting in flow. You're using the cricket wickets as a zone to throw to, and you're just working on using the software of yes or make an adjustment, yes or make an adjustment. And you're running that program over and over again. Your body's just doing. I'm not going to try to hit the wickets. I'm just going to tell my body to do it, and I'm just going to flow with it. And I'm using mock coat balls. Mock coat is a very popular Israeli sport, and the balls are perfect size for baseball players to almost just get some feel, have some feel with their release points and just kind of how their fingers move and how their body moves, and they have to flow. It has to be smooth, in rhythm, and balanced. And they're just like, okay, just hit the wickets, and that's it.
Oh my God.
It's a fun game. You guys can play back and forth. You can do whatever. And I know there's a lot of mock coat balls in Israel. So those Israeli coaches that watch today, and they're probably going to rewatch this, they're getting some mock coat balls. And so here's an example on the right that I'm about to play of finishing with your feet, my favorite performance trigger as an infielder.
Just know that I had to work my ass off to throw that accurately, by the way. Like my whole life until probably like my junior year, maybe my first year in pro ball. Seriously, I would make throwing errors like nonstop. And I had to work my ass off and figure that out. When I work with my infielders, I tell them to finish with their feet. And that just basically gets their body and their momentum going toward the target instead of throwing and falling off. If my performance trigger for an infielder is finish with your feet, and my momentum is going toward my target. I'm never falling off. So find a performance trigger that works for you, whether it's finish with your feet, attack the zone, whatever it is, whatever works for you, works for you. Simplify the thought though, okay?
Simplify the thought. Make sure that everybody's simplifying their thoughts. So really when it comes down to it, we have to find performance triggers. So finishing with your feet is huge. You guys just saw an example of that. Just these little drills to keep it fun for the kids. And most importantly, like, be creative with some of these drills. I've had to be creative just kind of for my own sanity as well, I guess you could say. I've had to come up with creative stuff because I didn't know how to work on footwork when I was younger. There's a lot of glove work stuff out there. Now there's footwork stuff, but this is huge for me and this has helped me. And you can see that there's a video that I played for them after of me making an error in our Olympic qualifier in Italy against Netherlands. And then another one where I finished with my feet while I'm fielding it too. I think that in Italy, I had this block in my head that when I moved from short to third, that I didn't have time to move my feet. I did. I just had to be a little bit more efficient with my footwork over there at third. Ball gets on you faster doesn't mean you can't use your footwork. And so I was still on shortstop timing where I thought I had more, but my brain was just like, no, you don't have more. And it wasn't like be more efficient. It was just like, you don't have time. So you just got to like pick it with your glove. But what I noticed is that when the balls that I moved my feet through the ball, I had more success. And the balls that I stopped my footwork and I didn't work through the ball, I made errors. So how about that? So pay attention to that. Remember, we field balls with our feet. Finish with your feet. All right. If you catch it, it won't hit you. And we're always talking to ourselves in yes or make an adjustment. Yes or make an adjustment. Later on, when you start to understand that, like, you can say like that was a terrible at bat or that was a terrible play. Yes. But as you're working on your mental game and as you're working to get stronger and just keep and stay in that peak state, you must talk to yourself in a way that's really like how Kobe Bryant says there's no failure. It's yes or make an adjustment. There's no failure in that. It's just getting better and celebrating like the badass moments as well. All right. So thanks for listening. Like I said, questions, comments, please comment and question down below. Share this with your friends. I believe that some of these drills really help kids, really help a lot of my students that come in. I'm not going to say that I'm the know-it-all, but these seem to be very successful drills and even with myself. So I use these with myself as well to keep my footwork there. And also, like, I've made so many errors. I'm still going to make so many more errors. Probably make an error in the Olympics. Thank you guys for listening. I know this helps. And please share and comment questions and curiosities. I'll make future videos as well. Peace.